Oh, hey there. Are we on?
Rolling.
Steelhead again. We were going to do a little bit of a road trip to go steelhead fishing, but you know what? Fishing's been pretty good on the local river, and fishing might not be quite as good on the other river we were going to go to, so we're going to stay local. Yeah, should be good. Beautiful day. It's a little bit cold this morning, but it's going to warm up. The river's dropping after some big rain, so everything's lined up perfectly for a great day fishing. See you out there. Secret spot.
Secret.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. All right, so we were going to embark on this little run here. We call this Whore Island. I won't even explain why, but this is what we call this run. And yeah, we caught a few out of here this year. It's been pretty decent. It's kind of nice because it's near a busy area and not many people come up here, so. And no, not as many fish. Hey, there's that guy with the dog who knows how to land fish.
That is so cool.
So this is I don't have 100% confirmation on this, but it sounds like people have seen it. Apparently this guy's dog, when he says hatchery, it goes into the water and grabs the fish by the tail and brings it to him. And if he says wild, it just sits and watches, which is freaking amazing. That's some serious dog training right there. That is definitely him.
I want to see this with my own eyes.
Well, maybe you'll get to. Maybe he'll come down here, and if I'm getting fish, I'll tell him, go ahead. We want to watch this. We want to see this wild hatchery release program with a dog. That's amazing. Dog must be good at a lot of stuff.
It's a Rottweiler, right?
Yeah. Anyhow, enough talk about talk. Go and do some fishing. Let's do it. I've had a lot of polarized glasses, but these ones can see so good into that water. They really do kill glare really well. Then they've held up to my savageness pretty good. That's a strong recommendation because I'm terrible with stuff like this. Go. Oh, I gotta tie a leader. Tie a leader. I'm good. My little pony, it's the jig to slay the fish.
You keep confusing people, calling a worm on a hook, like you put a worm on a lead head and call it a jig, but then you also have
It is a jig. It's a worm.
I know, but it confuses people.
The water's got a little bit of color, so I'm going to keep it a little bit longer than I would typically when the water's clearer. So I've showed people this loop knot a lot of times. I'm going to show you again because I've actually modified it now. Because I found with the fluoro a single loop works, but with a mono you have to do, so you double the line, put it through the eye, double the line, go around your fingers, and then you put the jig through the hole twice. That's the modification. We're going twice now because with the mono I found it slipped a bit. So
that sounds like the mono line is more rigid, thicker?
No, it's softer.
Oh.
So it slips more. The other one's harder. So the other one has no stretch. The braided line has no stretch, so that's why I switched to mono, because when I hook those steelhead, I want a bit of stretch when I'm fighting them. I found I was losing some fish and I just had to change something, so talking to my guru Ontario buddy, Mr. Wes Roffey, he said, you gotta use mono. Got to. So Wes is a good fisherman. I don't always take advice well, but I definitely take advice from Wes. When someone consistently outfishes you, you need to deal with it, figure out why. I shouldn't say that. Someone occasionally outfishes. All right, take that loud water guy off. Get this more, oh, that watercolor is, ooh, Steelhead green.
Yeah, a little humility goes a long way.
I admitted I got outfished. You like to think the one thing you catch a lot of fish on is the thing, and if there's fish there, they will bite it, and that is just simply not true. Even with bait. I've seen many times where guys fish through with bait and assume there's nothing there, and then someone comes through behind them with a big old pink worm or something and gets one, and they're like, should have gone through with the worm. Okay, so one more thing I'm going to do here. Water's a bit murky, so I've got these little pieces of raw prawn. A little something we like to call that. And then I carry in my pocket a piece of the leftover worm that I bit off, and I bite a little piece of that off, and I go through the side skin of the prawn, just like that.
Whoop,
and then I take my little, right? And then I take my little piece of the worm, And I just slide it up to there, and that just keeps that prawn from falling off when I cast. So otherwise I'd be burning through so many pieces. Okay, off I go. All right.
Okay, what
Dirty water. I don't know, I guess a big chunk of clay must have fallen in the river because it's gone like, it was nice and green this morning at the first spot, and now it's like the color of clay. And it's not that high anymore. It was actually much greener earlier. So yeah, probably what happens is a big chunk of clay falls in, then it takes an hour or two, and then it washes through, and then you get the clear water again, so I'm hoping. So I don't have a lot of high hopes right now. This is pretty dirty water. I could plunk one right in front of their face and get one, but definitely not ideal water color, for sure. But this is fishing. That's fishing. Just keep on casting. Water's up a bit, so I'm fishing what we call this. It's called a seam. It's a great spot to catch fish when the water's up a bit. They'll be a lot of times they'll be on the move, and then they go up a run, swim, and then there's a nice soft seam like that where they can just pop in there and rest before they move to the next run.
Can you explain a seam for people who don't?
Two currents meeting. So we got this little side channel, that main river. They meet and they cause a seam. And you can see how the water's like, if you look, it's flat where that run is, where the main flow. And then this comes in, and then it turns into that ripply stuff. That usually shows you the seams are usually ripply, and they're slower. They're noticeably, like when you look in there, you can see like, it's like I'll cast over to that. That's ripping fast, and then now I'll pull it back into the seam, boom. It slows right down in that seam. Just that little bit of rest water. Fish like that. Some days when the water's high, like the other day, I just fish seams. I just concentrate on them.
So?
It's looking good. I think she's clean enough to catch a fish. It's still pretty cloudy, but I think it's clearing. I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful. I feel like it might be clearing up. So yeah, we're gonna go hit this run and we're gonna get fish.
All right, after you. Mountain goat.
Still pretty dirty, but it's doable. back. Maybe it's mating
It
season.
was short-lived.
So cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat color, eh?
Oh yeah. First, we're up a drip.
Cute.
Okay, I'm gonna wade over to this little island right out here and fish the choppy chop water there.
All right.
Right in there.
Good luck. What's compelling you to fish that spot? You said you don't usually fish
Well,
that.
it's been too low lately, but for one, I know some fish were caught here early in the season when the water was higher, like this. And it's just a nice resting spot for them to come through. And it's a seam, sort of, and it's confined. So with the water being pretty dirty, to have fish in a confined spot, like those big runs when the water's dirty, they're tough because the fish can be anywhere. But here I know kind of precisely where they're going to be. So it's a little easier to find those fish. All right.
Crazy old man. This is Pepper. Cute.
Fish on, Danena.
Shut up. You can thank Pepper for that one. Pepper's good luck. Whoa. Oh!
God. Damn it.
Dang it. I didn't get a jump or anything.
No. It was about a 6-pounder. It wasn't that big.
Oh man, so I see your worm and everything is still on, so how'd you lose it?
I don't know. I don't usually lose them on worm jigs. That's usually a pretty good. Just came off. Just
What's your theory?
filming.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Like, what do you, really though?
No theory. It just came off. Just, I don't know. I got a good hook set, everything. Just smashed it too, bit really hard.
Oh, well that's a good sign.
Yeah. Water's clearing up. Like I said, that's all it takes. Yes. One step closer. One fish.
Hooked,
Hooked.
not landed.
Not landed. It's twice around now we've gone out filming and I've hooked a fish and not
Oh,
landed.
bummer.
I couldn't believe I lost that one. It was on a jig. I don't lose a lot of fish on jigs.
I'm telling you, like, I hate to say this, but I am not very lucky for you.
I think that'll change.
I hope so.
River kind of blew out for about more than half the day. So we fished the one zone in the morning. It was decent. Then there wasn't any fish getting caught down there. So I figured they moved up river. So, and actually a client of mine called me and said, "Hey Rod, I caught one." Told me where he got it. So I decided to head up there and we went up there and the river was like clay mud. And then it stayed that way for about 4 hours. So then we came down river and it started to get green. And then pretty much the first run we went to after it greened up, boom, got one and lost it. And then came down here and was just about to leave and one rolled in the tail out. And I threw the book at it and nope, it was not having it. So that's how it goes. Out again tomorrow, out again Friday. So, and maybe next week.
You get all the fish then,
Yeah.
when I'm not around.
Well, I mean, I hope I get them all on Friday when I'm guiding. Good, bud. Then it's on to lake fishing and bull trout fishing and
Yeah, the weather's getting nice.
yeah, it is pretty nice. You know, I love steelhead, but man, I like fair weather fishing too. It's nice.
I've noticed the older you get.
The more fair weather fishing I get, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so summertime in July I'll be doing some Chinook fishing. We'll get a nice film a show doing that. That's shorts and t-shirt. I love that. That's nice fishing. But anyhow, until next time, tight lines and bent rods. Oh, and please subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. We're hoping to do more videos, but the more subscriptions we get, the more videos we can put out. So yeah, help us out. And tight lines and bent rods. Personal cloud. Or what?
Hey?
Is that my personal cloud?
It looks like it.
Hi there. All right, let's get away from that cloud.
All right.
So yeah,
I'm excited for you, but I'm jealous.
I got some free glasses from a company.
And we will tell you if they're garbage.
Yeah, so we'll be totally honest. Like, these glasses look amazing. It's a company called Waterland, right?
Yeah.
Waterland. They make glasses for fishing. Many different lenses for different fishing. I don't usually buy expensive sunglasses. I'm usually more your $60 to $100 glass guy because I sit on them and get them scratched and lose them. Anything's got a weakness, I find it. All right. The unveiling. Nice. This is going to be like the Russian dolphin here. Now we're going in. Top hole. There's the... Oh, they're nice.
Nice looking.
Nice looking, yeah. Look at that.
Those are so you.
Oh, they're nice.
They look nice.
They definitely are good for the glare. I can see in there really well right now. So far, I really like these glasses.
Well, let's see you catch a fish with them.
Really good polarization. Could see really well into the water where all the rocks were. That take them off, can't see nothing. Put them on, boom. You can see some of the bigger rocks down there and stuff. So for that purpose, they're really good. These ones are really comfy. Got a nice green. These ones are called, I think they're green something. They call them green
Mirror.
Green mirror. Yeah, they're nice, and they're good with this type of lighting. We'll see how they are when it's like when there's no sun out. A lot of times sunglasses, if it's not sunny out, they're too dark. But we'll see with these ones. I won't know until I go out the shade tomorrow.
This is like snowboarder, dude. Here, go, dude.
Just try this, dude. Gnarly, man.